It's that time of year again, guys. The 2025 Legacy Mock Draft. 32 people, real, everyone here, real mock draft kicking off now, live, in effect. Do you not know what the Legacy Mock Draft is? Let's go ahead and explain it to you and break it down. But welcome to the 2025 Legacy Mock Draft.
And the last thing, the most important piece, is we're going to take the North and never give it back.
I've told you before, I'm a fan. This is our second meeting. You are nice, all right? You are nice with yours, all right?
I just want to shout out to Swift at Swift Sports Network.
What's up, Swift? This is Kyler Gordon. Just want to do a quick shout out to Swift Sports Network with all the latest news on the Bears.
You ain't speaking facts, we don't want to hear it. Yeah, we going for the dub. You are now watching Swift Sports.
The Bears.
Woo! It's time, guys. No picks have officially been made yet, but the clock is ticking. Wait. Oh, wait a minute. There's already been a trade. No way. Did it go down? The Cleveland Browns have moved up to pick 1. Cleveland Browns are moving up in the 2025 Legacy Mock to pick number 1. It looks like the Browns are officially on the clock. Yeah, I don't like this. I was kind of hoping 2 QBs would go early. I don't know if you guys saw the news break about Derek Carr, though, but the Saints might also now be looking for a quarterback. I'm waiting to see the trade announcement. Let me see what happened here. Oh, wow. Pick 2, pick 67. So they gave away a second rounder, a player, Martin Emerson, and a 2026 third round pick to move up 1 spot. Oof. It runs in a Discord. I did post the spreadsheet. It's basically the spreadsheet updates live. I have that on the screen. But if you guys want to watch the spreadsheet or check the picks when I'm not live as well, the spreadsheet is posted in the description of this video. It's 32 people. We post all the picks in Discord, and it's also done on this, and then it's updated onto this Google spreadsheet. But here we are, guys, 2025. I also want to show you, I know a lot of people might not actually know what this is or know what my picks were last year. Oh, we got pick 2 is in already. We're moving faster than I thought, guys. Travis Hunter off the board. I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys what this is. I got a quick pre-recorded video. It's only a minute long, and we'll go ahead and watch that, and then we'll get back to the picks. What's up, guys? Some of you might be familiar with what this mock draft is, and others might be asking yourself, what is the Legacy Mock Draft? Well, since you asked, I'm going to go ahead and explain it. It's a special show, a once-a-year event like no other, a 32-person mock draft. This is the 2025 Legacy Mock, where every team is represented by a sports writer or super fan of their respected franchise, and it's a live 3-day, 7-round, 32-person mock draft. Round 1 is Friday night at 7 Central. Round 2 is Saturday afternoon at noon Central, and day 3 starts noon on Sunday. Round 1, we get 5 minutes per pick, while day 2 cuts it down to 3 minutes per pick, and day 3 is just 2 minutes per pick. Over the last half a decade at least, the Legacy Mock has been one of the more accurate you will find at predicting what players are going to go in the first round. Not always getting the right players with the right teams, but I feel like the players are drafted more closely to where they go in the real NFL draft. It's easily much more accurate than any mock simulator you're going to find. I personally do not run the event. I'm just the person in charge of running the Chicago Bears draft room and making the picks. They do a ton of work behind the scenes, and I have so much fun participating in these every year. Please like the video, and I hope you enjoy as well. Now bear down and let's get back to the draft. This is crazy, guys. I actually didn't even notice. I just assumed Cam Ward was the first pick. The first pick of the draft was actually Abdul Carter, with Travis Hunter going second to the Titans. And then Cam Ward is now the pick at number 3 overall. This is Not what I expected here. This is right after I said this is the most accurate in the business. I will say the players picked, like, you're going to see it's going to be very accurate to the same players that get picked in the first round. It is every year. I could show you how last year they actually nailed the J.J. McCarthy pick. We had Michael Penix in the top 10 as well. Why is my camera box so small? Cut this one. We'll go here for now. But Cam Ward goes 3rd overall to the Giants. So kind of crazy. Travis Hunter goes number 2. Travis Hunter's going in the top 3. I think Travis Hunter's probably going to go to, but probably to the Browns. This is crazy. Crazy start, though. The last couple of years, I did draft a couple of the players the Bears have actually took. Let me see if there's any. I got to double check my trade talk back here because I have let people know that I'm willing to trade down. So far, no bites. So far, there's like 8 people willing to trade down. No one really wanting to trade up. I don't know if there's going to be a market for a trade down this year. I have traded down the last 2 years. Actually, let me go ahead and show you guys my last 2 drafts really quick while we're catching up here. We got at least 30 minutes, probably 20. I don't know. With how fast it's going, I could be on the board really quick. But still 6 picks to go. Let me go ahead and walk you guys through my picks I've made the last couple of years and show you how they went. What's up, guys? I wanted to quickly look back over the last couple of years and show you guys how I've done in the last 2 legacy mock drafts, 2023 and 2024. It's actually really hard to trade down in these leagues. Since everyone's a real person and there aren't any computer people, almost everyone wants to trade down and get more picks. Not many people want to trade up unless a special player is on the board. I still somehow was able to trade down both of the last 2 years in round 1, but the value I got back wasn't exactly overwhelming. Let's take a look at these drafts. In 2023, my goal was to trade down and land Darnell Wright. Jalen Carter did not fall to pick 9 in the legacy draft, and I was right in identifying Darnell Wright as a target. I just thought I could get him a little lower. I moved down to pick 23, and Wright went before my pick. I ended up taking another offensive tackle, Broderick Jones. But with that trade down, I landed 2 stud second rounders. Tuli Tuipulotu out of USC and Keon White, the pass rusher out of Georgia Tech. Both have been really good in the NFL so far. My bust was center Luke Whippler, who has done nothing so far. But Luke Musgrave would have been a steal, and my day 3 picks were all solid values. Darius Rush, Chris Smith, Tank Bigsby, and Dontavian Wicks. 2003 is the only year in the last 5 where I wasn't able to land a single player that the Bears actually picked. But I did target both Gervon Dexter and Darnell Wright. Just didn't work out. Last year, of course, I landed Caleb Williams at number 1 overall, but Rome Odunze did not fall to me. So I ended up trading down again. They actually nailed the top 10 pretty well last year. Let's look at it. The top 4 picks were 100% accurate, and the top 10 actually looks really similar. And they actually nailed that Michael Penix went in the top 10 and J.J. McCarthy went to the Vikings. The only issue is Rome Odunze went before my pick, so I had to pivot. I was thinking of taking Jared Verse, but again, I thought maybe I could get him if I traded down. Someone made me an offer and I was able to pick up a 2nd round pick. Remember, we didn't have a 2nd rounder last year. So I took the trade offer and drafted Dallas Turner at pick 20. And that's right around where he went in the real draft as well. Then I took Karan Amagaji with that 2nd round pick, about 9 spots before we ended up taking him in the real draft. And remember, guys, this was 2 weeks before the real NFL draft. And I was close to landing Caleb Williams, Rome Odunze, and Karan Amagaji. It would have been absolutely crazy, but it shows you that I liked Amagaji well before we drafted him. So I'm still high on his potential. We also landed Javon Bullard, Javon Baker, and Bo Limmer, all guys who looked good their rookie seasons. My goal here is to try to be realistic and pick someone that Ryan Poles would actually pick in this year's draft. That's extremely hard to do, but it's also really fun. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hit that like button, and let's get back to the live draft. Those are my last few years. I thought it'd be cool showing you guys that. Let me quick catch up. There's only been one pick made. The Patriots, they did not take Will Campbell like Squeegee thought. Mason Graham is off the board, though. I mean, the chances of someone really good falling to me here at pick 10, I would probably say are slim to none right now. What's up, Foster? Good to see you, my man. This is tough. I'm with Keith though. I would be shocked if the Titans did not take Cam Ward. I would that trade. No, I will be fair there. That trade offer that they got, I thought it was worth taking. I would have taken that trade all day. But trading up, Cleveland trading up and not taking a quarterback, that's not realistic. I'll say the players that get picked in round 1 are probably going to end up being really realistic. But the way the draft started, no way do I see that happening. Just no way. No way at all. So bad start for us this year, but the players going off the board are still the players I see going off the board. I mean, you got the first 4 are still pretty similar. You still got Cam Ward gone. You still got Travis Hunter gone. You still got Abdul Carter gone. And now Mason Graham is gone, who I would have Mason Graham going this high. I don't want the Pats to take Mason Graham, but I could see him doing it. I could definitely see him doing it. Jacksonville. Now, what does Jacksonville do here is the real question. Wait, I'm not saying Amegaji? I don't remember anymore. It's honestly been so long. How am I saying his name wrong? I don't know. Maybe everyone else was telling me I was saying it wrong, so maybe I just gave in. I don't know. I've been saying it for so long though. I'll take a long snapper at 10 if it's Tyler Warren. But I don't know. Hey, these guys could be in here listening, so I can't be giving away my picks either. So I got to kind of be secretive with it as well, guys. Will Campbell goes 5th to Jacksonville. So pretty much Amegaji. That's what I always said, Karan Amegaji. But everyone else is saying it's Amagaji. I don't know. I'll have to try. Maybe I can try to ask him someday. I'll try to find a way to ask him. Can you just tell me how your name's said? Will Campbell goes off the board at 5. So you can see the top 5 is pretty. It's not the order I think it's going to go, but those 5 players are going to be the first 5 players off the board, most likely. So again, pretty accurate as far as the players being picked. I'm pretty sure in the real draft, I'm hoping the Raiders take Tet McMillan, right? That's what I really hope. But I'm almost positive this dude's going to take Ashton Jeanty. Like fans and writers, fans are going to take the running back every time. So I don't think I have any chance of landing Ashton Jeanty here. Just letting you guys know. Rome Odunze went 5th in this last year for anybody who wasn't paying attention there. But yeah, it's probably going to be, realistically, I would guess Jeanty's going to go to Raiders. Armand Membu to the Jets. Does that say Miami at pick 8? What is going on? When did Miami move up? What happened? Panthers moved down. Okay. There's probably going to be a tackle taken at 8. Okay. This is interesting. We're getting interesting. There's some moves going on behind the scenes. Nobody has reached out to Swift to move up to pick 10. What's up with that, Dolphins? You could have moved up to pick 10, but they didn't want to. They didn't want to move up to pick 10. I don't get it, but that's all right. Oh man. Jeanty Raiders. Yeah, we had a trade above them. Not right now though. So is the pick in? They might have turned it in. Let me look it up. I'm not even looking at the live picks here. No, Raiders are on the clock. Raiders are on the clock. They are. Hey, some of the people are talking about the order these picks are falling are a little wild. They're talking about it being a little wild. They're definitely the players off the board, though. This is dead on with what I think's going to happen here. Pretty not the order, but these are probably going to be the first 6 players off the board. Man, I'm trying. So far, Theodore, not a single person has reached out about a trade down. Just letting you guys know, nobody has reached out. I let them know 3 days early even. I posted early. I was like, look, pick 10. I'm potentially looking to trade down. Wait. The Dolphins are trying to trade down. Wait a minute. The Raiders are shopping pick 6. The Dolphins are shopping pick 8. What is going on here? I'm not moving up. I'm not moving up. There's no chance I move up. I will move down if someone makes an offer. I'm not moving up, though. I can't do a move up. I can't. These guys are all trying to trade down. That tells me the Raiders GM doesn't really want Genty, though. That's what it tells me. Wait, the pick is coming, though. The pick is coming. Oh, surprise, surprise. Raiders go with Jahdae Barron, the cornerback out of Texas. Okay. That's they need it. Okay. Okay. All right. Jets on the clock, boys. Jets on the clock. Do they go with Mimbu? Do they go with Genty? I think maybe a Tyler Warren. I don't know. I really like Jahdae Barron, though. And you have to think a lot of GMs will think this way, too. This is what I'm hoping happens in the draft. I think I like Will Johnson ahead of Jahdae Barron, but that's just me. Personally, I could see a team liking Jahdae Barron as well. Still nobody contacted me about a trade up, though. Nobody trying to come up to 10. Hey, everybody. Hey, I'll say this. This draft room is usually pretty high. Last year when I did this, listen, guys. Last year when I did this mock, right? And Michael Penix Jr. went pick 9. Everyone in the chat was laughing. Everyone in the chat was like, no way, except for Naj. My man Naj was not laughing. But most people were like, no way Penix goes top 10. We get to the draft, it was the biggest shock ever. So just remember this, bookmark this. These guys, I'm not saying it's 100%, but these guys are usually pretty dead on. If Jahdae Barron ends up going top 10, just remember where you saw it first. Hey, if Genty's available at 10, I'm taking calls. I'm taking calls. Who are you asking, Harper? I think we've all... Oh, I like Omarion Hampton. I don't think he's worth the 10th pick. That's tough, man. I don't know. I would try to trade down if I wanted Hampton. I would hope if we took Hampton without trading down, I wouldn't be happy, but it wouldn't be horrible. I'm not going to say it'd be horrible. Omarion Hampton's still a really good player, so I wouldn't be against it. Let's not knock him. There's still 3 picks here, man. Genty could be long gone. I got a couple players I'm eyeing right now. I got 2 players at the top of my board. And then I got a fallback option as well. But I don't know. Actually, 3 players at the top of my board. As long as one of these guys don't take one of if they all 3 don't take one of my 3 players, I should be okay. Because I got 3 guys I really like here. I actually like how this has fell a little bit. Called the Steelers GM. Oh, you know what? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to want to move up. My question is, or here's my question, right? Let me ask you this, okay? If you're the Steelers GM, right? What team do you think is picking Shedeur Sanders between pick 10 and pick 20? They're not calls. I just send messages behind the scenes. Bears traded with Steelers. Yeah, I mean, our Steelers trades have not worked out very well. That's true as well. That's also true. Wait. Oh, another trade. Oh, no, this is bad. I don't like this. Too many trades. Too many trades. The Texans? What are the Texans doing at 7? Why are all these people trading up and nobody calling me? I got to send some message. Nobody calling Chicago. I had to tell him, why are all these trade-ups happening, and nobody's even calling Chicago? I got to know what's happening here. Oh, all right, let me move my cam down. Hold on. So Houston moved up to pick 7. Houston moved up to pick 7. They are on the clock. The Houston Texans. Who are the Texans taking? I don't know. This is going to be tough. Let me see. What is this? It should be. It should be. They might have gave him an extra minute. Wait. Oh, this one is wild. This one is not realistic. This one's a shocker. I'm going to let it pop up on the screen. I just read it in Discord. I saw it live. You guys try to guess it. Try to guess it. I want to see if anyone can guess this one. I'm not giving up picks. They only want picks from this year. I'm not giving up. They want my second rounders. I'm not giving up my second rounders. Kelvin Banks Jr. to the Texans. Kelvin Banks Jr. I'm grading that one low. But guys, I'm setting pretty right now. I'm setting pretty. That's all I'm saying. I'm setting pretty here. I like my odds. I like my odds right now of where I'm setting at. I can get one of my 3 players, guaranteed. Or I can trade back. I'm in a good position. I'd be happy with this. I don't know what Miami's doing here. I don't know. Oh, man. I can't believe no one else has said the other guy on my list. A lot of you guys are nailing 2 of my 3. Hey, Chris is saying it. There's 3 blue chippers I want at the moment, right? I talked about there's 6 blue chip players in this draft. You guys are saying 2 of them, but one of the names is being missed, and it's not Armand Membu. As much as I love Armand Membu, he's not the guy. Oh, it's not Mike Green. I like Mike Green. I just don't think he's a fit for the Bears because of his off-field stuff. But we'll see. He said if you draft Tyler Warren, it would be a failure. Hey, Warren's one of them. It's not Mykel Williams. It's not Kenneth Grant. It's not James Pierce Jr. I love James. There it is. Foster got it. Jalen Walker, guys. Are we forgetting about Jalen Walker? Did he fall off the face of the earth? What's wrong with Jalen Walker? I love James Pierce Jr. I would take James Pierce Jr., but as trying to be realistic as I can, I don't think he's going to go this high. I think he's fallen a bit in the draft. So I'm not going to take James Pierce Jr. here, as much as I like him. But so you guys know my 3 then. Those are my 3. I'm guaranteed one of those 3. depending on how these next 2 picks go. And I'm also entertaining a trade down, because if I trade down, then I can look at other guys I like. If there's any spies in the chat, don't be taking my guys. I like Kenneth Grant. I like Omarion Hampton. I like James Pierce Jr. I like a lot of guys, actually. So, the 5 minutes a pick first round. So far, I feel like there's more trades than normal. I feel like all these guys are taking calls. Yeah, Miami's still working the phones. Miami said they're waiting until the clock runs out. They have their pick typed up, but they're just listening for offers. Their pick should be announced any second now. Should be coming in. Man, don't say it. Look, I'm hoping one of my guys falls, okay? I do like Omarion Hampton, Harper. I do like him. I just don't like him as much as Genty. It's a really great run. That's why I've said all along, though, it's a super special running back class. So would I be mad if we got Omarion Hampton? No way. Let's see. Still nothing left. They got a minute and a half left. A minute and a half left on the clock. A minute and a half, boys. You didn't like his workload? I do like Donovan Izaraku. Yeah, I don't. They're trading a little bit too much, so I hope they just make the pick. Some of these guys, we haven't had this much movement in the last 5 years of these drafts. This year, there's been a little bit more movement than normal. Oh, cornerback Will Johnson off the board, and GM Swift Polls is setting pretty, baby. I'm setting pretty. I don't even got to work the phones now, boys. We just set and wait. Let me let them know. Let me let them know, though. Oh, baby. I hope that I tell you what, guys. I just let them know again. If you guys want pick 10, get your offers in. I've got 0 offers. I don't know what's going on. They're allergic to Chicago. I have pulled off some really good deals in the last few years. Maybe they don't want to work with me. Maybe they're watching the stream trying to figure out who I'm taking. I don't know yet. Saints, what are you guys doing? Eric, I've been trying to trade down for 3 days before the draft. I've gotten 0 offers, man. I've gotten 0 offers. Abdul Carter went number 1 overall. Sorry. I was scrolled down a bit. He actually went number 1. I'm getting none, bro. I'm getting none. I'm looking. There's nobody. I don't know. Abdul Carter went number 1 overall. Okay. No. Yeah. I wish. Yeah. No, I mean, it's fell pretty much the picks. They didn't go in the order I expect them to, but the players came off the board pretty normal. I do not see 2 corners going in the top. These last 3 picks, it's spiraling a little bit. It's spiraling. I don't know. Do the Saints go with Shedeur Sanders here, though? I think they should. Are they picking? Tyler Warren to the Saints. Oh, baby. I don't even know. I got 2 blue chippers. Oh, chat's going to be mad either one I take. Oh, chat's going to be mad either one of these picks. Oh. Oh, man. Hey, Warren's already gone, guys. Warren's already gone. There's 2 players here, guys. Should I do a poll? Should I ask you guys in a poll which one of the players? I got 5 minutes here. I don't need to ride the whole 5 minutes out. But Maybe I ask you guys in a poll. Who is it? Okay. I don't necessarily have to go with what you guys say, but I am curious. I am curious. I only have 2. I'm only you know what? I'll put Armand Mimbu up there just because I'm curious how many of you guys want me to go with Armand Mimbu, but I'm not taking him. I do like Armand Mimbu. No, Carter's not there. The choices are this, guys. Ashton Genty, Jalen Walker, the pass rusher, or no, that's it, actually. That's it. It's one of those 2. I'm sorry. I'm taking one of those 2. They're my blue chip players. I only have 6 blue chip players in this draft. If one of those blue chippers is here at 10, I got to take them. There's 2. I've tried to trade down. I've not got a single offer. Not a single person has even messaged me about a trade down. Not a single one. Nothing. I've gotten offers the last few years. I haven't gotten anything. Ooh, I think you guys know. Let me check the poll. Let me just see what direction it's going in. That's what I thought. I do like Jalen Walker a lot. But I mean, listen, guys, if the draft falls like this, I would be super happy with either one of these. But Ashton Genty is a special running back. He will take pressure off of Caleb Williams. Listen, we're typing it up. With the 10th pick of the 2025 Legacy mock draft. Hold on, I got to type this in right. The Chicago Bears. Kenneth Grant is a great player. He could end up being one of the best players in this draft. I have him as about number 14 or 15 on my big board. He is not one of these 6 blue chip players. I thought 100% I was going to take Jalen Walker when this day started. I thought there was no chance Ashton Genty would fall to me. Honestly, I thought there was no way. But he did, and I think this is just a shoe-in, guys. Listen. You guys know my choices would have been between Jalen Walker, Ashton Genty, Mason Graham, or Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren's gone, Mason Graham's gone, so it came down to Jalen Walker or Ashton Genty. But it's there, it's gone. Ashton Genty. Bop, 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 bop. It's gone. He's gone, guys. Ashton Genty, you are a Chicago Bear, at least in Swift's world. Put it on the board, guys. It's real. They're all hitting me with fire emojis. They said Dolphins GM said great fit. Hey, they like it at least. They're liking it. Ashton Genty is a Chicago Bear. Listen, guys. There's a chance I could trade up, though, Kenneth Grant isn't completely off the table yet. I can't talk about him in the draft room, but this is a guy where if he falls, Kenneth Grant's definitely an option going forward. I won't not say that, but this is nice. I thought I had no chance of getting Ashton Genty. No way did I see 2 corners going. So going into this draft, I was perfectly fine. I think Jalen Walker is underrated. I think not enough people are talking about Jalen Walker. So when it comes to Jalen Walker, I was pretty sure that was going to be my pick, and I would have been happy with that. This is a question I want to ask you guys while I have you here. Because all of these players, all these players we're talking about, I've actually watched so much tape on all of them. So I have scouting reports coming for all of these guys next week. My Jalen Walker one's done. My Ashton Genty one's almost done. And I'm working hard on Will Campbell, Tyler Warren, Mason Graham, and then a bunch of other people. And I'm going to have these compact, short videos where I've watched literally every single snap of tape, and I break down what they would bring to our team, where I think they're going to go, and what kind of fit I think they would be. But my question to you guys is, I'm releasing one of these scouting reports every day this week, right? What time is a good time that you guys want to see those released? Let me know in the chat, and I might end up having those all come out at the same time this week. But all right, back to the draft. Armand Membu goes 11th to the Cleveland Browns. I see it. I mean, this is, like I said, these guys are usually right on board. Membu is right there. I think there's a good chance what Carolina did here. Carolina's smart. I think they might be able to get the guy they want. If they really want Jalen Walker and they traded back and still end up getting Jalen Walker at pick 13, that would be pretty awesome. That would be pretty awesome to me. So, ooh, you guys are saying evening. I thought more people would want it during the day. Okay, 7 p.m. Central Time. Okay. What do you guys think the Cowboys do here, though? This would be interesting because Jalen Walker's best player on the board, but I can actually look. What do they have as the prospect? They don't have it filled out. Watch Dallas draft Hampton. It's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. I'm not going to trade back into the first round. I probably won't do that, but I would maybe be willing to trade up from pick 39 to a little bit higher in the second round, especially if a team would go and take a third round pick next year or something, and I wouldn't have to give up another pick this year. So sad to see Swifty go down this road. Listen, man, anyone who's the people hating on Ashton Jeanty, I just don't get it. Okay, I've said a million times, I've never been a fan of drafting a running back high, right? But it's pretty simple in this year's class. And everyone that evaluates draft talent agrees. There's only 5 or 6 blue chip players in this draft. And if you include Will Campbell in that, these are the guys, right? Will Campbell, Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, Mason Graham, Jalen Walker, Ashton Jeanty. And then you can maybe put Tyler Warren in there. And that's max, absolute max. There's 7 blue chip players. Anyone who doesn't agree that Ashton Jeanty is one of those blue chip players, to me, I don't really take their, it's hard to take their opinion seriously when literally everyone that evaluates draft talent, scouts, GMs, football evaluators, everyone sees it. And they're just people trying to they'll just try to make up narratives to tear him down. I get it. I don't like taking running backs early either. But let's not say he's not a special player when he is. There it is. Oh, Dallas, they did it. Finally, someone's listening to me. Cowboys take the last blue chip player in the draft. That's what I'm talking about. Last blue chip player gone. Great pick. Great pick by the Cowboys GM. I love it. And honestly, I don't know about the fit there. I don't know about the fit on that one because you basically have 2 Micah Parsons is what you're trying to do. But that would be scary. Honestly, that'd be scary on defense. Like, they're going to get after quarterbacks like crazy. Cowboys getting Jalen Walker, that would be a little insane. A little insane. He was the best player on the board by far, and that's kind of how I felt. He's a blue chip player, and I could see the draft falling like this. I think he's going to be gone before the Cowboys take him. I get it. Everyone says he's too small. Everyone says Jalen Walker's too small. And I talked about this with Greg Gabriel today. And I talk about it. My Jalen Walker scouting report, that'll be the first one released, guys. It's already done. It's actually completely done. But I'm trying to get 1 or 2 others completely done so I can release them all this week. But listen, I said it too when I was watching the tape of Jalen Walker. He's too small. He's too small. He's too small. And then what I tried to do was focus on Michael Williams, right? He's a tad bit shorter than Micah Parsons, but yes, he's pretty much Micah Parsons. But the funny part about Jalen Walker, this is the thing I like to say about, raise your camera window up a bit. Oh, put it up there. There we go. The thing about Jalen Walker, everyone talks about Will Campbell, right? And arm length. And they say Jalen Walker's too small, right? Jalen Walker's 6'1", okay? Will Campbell is 6'6". Somehow, Jalen Walker has a 5-inch longer wingspan than Will Campbell does when he's 5 inches shorter. If that tells you anything. So if you're saying Jalen Walker's too small and his wingspan is 5 inches longer than Will Campbell, so what are you saying about Will Campbell in that case? Because this is the funny part. A lot of the people that don't like Jalen Walker, they do like Will Campbell. So that one's interesting to me. And I'm not trying to knock either player because of that. I'm just trying to add some perspective to that. Like, you can't say one of them's too small and the other's not, because they both have, when you take that into account. But I think they're both potentially blue chip players. But the more, when you try to watch Georgia's tape, you put Georgia's tape on, and it's impossible to not see Jalen Walker jump off the tape every single time. Nice pivot by the Panthers here. They went and took Malachi Starks, the safety out of Georgia, goes at pick 13 here. Good spot for Malachi. I could see him falling a bit just because he's a safety. But, man, I love Malachi Starks. He's a great player. Yeah, I agree with that, man. All the people who say that Ashton Jeanty played at a small school, they should go watch his film against Oregon. Go watch what he did against Oregon. Or realize that he also didn't have a good offensive line. And when you put him behind Joe Thuney and Drew Dahlman and Jonah Jackson and Darnell Wright, suddenly I think he's going to be running all over the place. But hey, I like it. Yeah, no, that's a good point though. Patrick makes a good point. This is a great point about Jalen Walker. You have to have a defensive coordinator that has a plan for him and knows how to use him. Because if you don't, and you just try to figure it out, another player who was kind of similar, he wasn't the same, but Isaiah Simmons was a safety who they tried to move to linebacker, but he was also just like a freakish athlete. He could have been an edge rusher. He could have been a linebacker. He could have been a safety. He could have really played anywhere. But the greatest point about this is we have Dennis Allen. And Dennis Allen has worked with players like Khalil Mack and Von Miller. Not necessarily Jalen Walker types, but he's used different types of pass rushers. And I believe Dennis Allen is smart enough that he would figure out how to use Jalen Walker, and he wouldn't have a problem. And the easiest part about it, though, is when you're scouting players in the NFL, my thing is always, a lot of people will focus on what they can't do, and that's one way to scout. You can scout on what a player can't do, or you can scout on what a player can do. And if you know what a player can do, and you let them do that in the NFL, usually they have success. And one thing that Jalen Walker is going to be able to do is spy quarterbacks and rush the passer on third down. So if you let him do those two things, he's going to be successful in the NFL. That's how I feel about him. As long as you let him do those two things, he's going to be successful. And the Cowboys could do that. The Panthers could do it. The Bears could do it as well. And that's why if you're not happy with the Ashton Jeanty pick, just imagine I took Jalen Walker. And if you're not happy with either of those picks, I don't know what to tell you, because those guys are blue chip players, and we got to take one of them if they're both on the board. I don't see any chance they both fall to pick 10. This was just a beautiful scenario here that happened where both of those players ended up falling, and I got to choose between them. And it was just one of those things where to me, Ashton Genty, he's on the board. I got to take him. Let me ask you guys another one. Hold on. Ooh, there goes Tet. Ooh, I don't know if I like that fit at all. As far as a fit, Tet McMillan. Oh, Michael Williams off the board quick. Atlanta jumped all over Michael Williams right off the bat. The Falcons were ready. For Michael Williams to fall. So the picks after me went oh wait, let me go back up one. After I took Ashton Genty, we had Armand Mimbu, then Jalen Walker, Malachi Starks, Tet McMillan, and Michael Williams. Right off I like Michael Williams. That's a good pick. I can't argue with it, but this is the thing. When you look at Jalen Walker going 3 picks ahead of Michael Williams, this is my problem. I was trying so hard to like Michael Williams more than I liked Jalen Walker because he has the size. He has the athleticism. But you watch Michael Williams tape and you see more Jalen Walker than you do Michael Williams. Even when you're watching Michael Williams specifically, somehow Jalen Walker ends up catching your attention more. So it's just one of those things that it's hard to watch that tape and try to like Michael Williams more. And the tape is just telling you, can't do it. So it's just wild. I don't know. It's wild. Oh, I didn't even. Yeah, wait. How far did San Francisco move back? I gotta look on. I'm looking up I'll go in the trade list. Hold on. Where's the announcement? I don't see it in here yet. Let me ask. How did the Browns get back up here? What did the Browns trade? Holy cow. Yeah, the Browns gave up something. Browns got to give up something big. I didn't even notice that. The Browns, so after taking Abdul Carter, they then trade back up to pick 11 and grab Armand Mimbu. This is crazy to me. What is their plan at quarterback? Are they Joe Flacco believers? Do they think Deshaun Watson is going to come back healthy? I did see that Deshaun Watson posted something on social media the other day. And I don't know. It's tough. That's tough. I don't know. Wait a minute. Did a pick go? Oh, you guys aren't going to like this one. Oh, you're not going to like this one. Ooh, who can guess who the Cardinals took? It's our boy. He's not falling to round 2. I'll tell you that much. He's not falling to round 2. He's not doing it. Sad, but it's a good pick. It's a good pick here by the Cardinals. I'll go ahead and spoil it. Michigan defensive tackle Kenneth Grant going to the Arizona Cardinals here. Keith called it. Bears called it. A couple people sue it. It's a good pick. It's a good fit for the Cardinals here. I could actually see them taking Kenneth Grant or Derek Harmon. Either one of those guys. I could see them taking it. Not a bad pick at 16. Would have definitely been interested if I could have traded down. No offers for the trade down. Oh, Bengals. Bengals are taking Shamar Stewart. Oh, we're getting ahead now. The tracker is getting behind. Bengals are taking Shamar Stewart, boys. Oh, man. Shamar Stewart going up next. There's Kenneth Grant. They're updating it now. Man. Eric Shook. Oh, man. There goes Kenneth Grant and Shamar Stewart off the board. Listen, let me tell you this, Real Papa. I can agree, but let me tell you why. The reason I believe that is because I don't think Ashton Genty is on the board. I'm going to tell you guys this. If the draft falls this way, and Ashton Jeanty, or even close to this way, and Ashton Jeanty is on the board, I 100% expect us to pick him. I think Ben Johnson would have an ultimate plan for Ashton Jeanty. He's a perfect weapon on offense. He's a little bit of Jahmyr Gibbs mixed with David Montgomery. He's a full 3-down back that can do everything. I definitely think it's a possibility. So for the people out there that don't think it's possible, I do think you got to keep your mind open to it. I mean, and that's part of what I like to do here. I always try to be realistic. I'm not trying to just make some crazy pick to make fans mad or make fans upset or start any clickbait stuff. I do think that's 100% a possibility. I also think if the draft falls a different way, we could take Jalen Walker or Tyler Warren. And I still believe there's a chance we could take a left tackle or we could trade down. With Josh Simmons, they have a left tackle. Cincinnati has a left tackle. I don't really know why they'd want Josh Simmons. For me, I thought Cincinnati would be better off taking Kenneth Grant or what's the guy from Oregon, the Oregon defensive tackle, Kenneth Derek Harmon. Second round starts at noon Central tomorrow. Second round's at noon Central. But a lot of draft evaluators have Josh Simmons fallen out of the top 20. He just hasn't proven he's healthy. And apparently that patellar tendon injury, I don't know a lot about it. I'm not a doctor. I don't know much about medicine when it comes to that. But from what I've read, patellar tendon injuries are actually worse than knee injuries. I'll take that bet, bro, 100%. No, I don't think I can do that. I don't even know if I'm allowed to do that, so can't do it. Sorry. I would though. I would, but can't do it. But I'm just saying, I think that's a thing. Just prepare yourself for it. When draft day comes, listen, I don't even need to be mad, because if we take Ashton Jeanty, I'm going to be happy. We take Tyler Warren, I'm going to be happy. We take Jalen Walker, I'm going to be happy. I'll even be happy with Will Campbell. I think Will Campbell's the safest player in this entire draft. I just don't know if he plays left tackle or left guard. So it's tough. Someone asked if I think M'Boue can play left tackle. Man, that's tough. The problem is you don't know. He doesn't have the typical height of a left tackle. I think he's more of a right tackle, or a guy who, if he's not a right tackle, he's a guard. And he's probably a Pro Bowl guard, so he's a stud. Tampa, did Tampa pick yet? Nope. They're on the clock, though. Tampa Bay is on the clock. I don't think Jahad Campbell's gone yet. I think this would be a great pick for Jahad Campbell in the real draft. We'll see how in tune the Tampa Bay GM is, if that's where he goes. Someone asked about Luther Bird in round 2. I'll tell you this. Yes, I would be super happy with Luther Burden. My problem is I can't say yes to that right off the bat, because 39 is going to be such a special spot where, yes, Luther Burden might be on the board. But what if also on top of Luther Burden being on the board, Nick Scoreton's on the board, or James Pierce Jr. or Walter Nolan? And then it's like, no, I'm probably going trenches over Luther Burden. But do I think Luther Burden is worth the 39th pick? Absolutely. I think he's a first round pick. I could see Luther Burden going as high as pick number 12 to the Cowboys. I think he'd be a perfect fit there. That's where I had him going before all the combine and people are moving him down draft boards. But if you look at the tape, Burden's worth the 12th pick in the draft. So, yeah, I would be with it. That's the thing there. Yeah, whoever we get at pick 10 is going to start. And they're going to be a difference maker too. That's what we're hoping for, knock on wood. So you want the best player available. That's why, to me, landing a blue chip talent and then being able to land the best player available in round 2 is probably the best way that this draft could possibly go. And it's exciting to think about, but the chances of Kenneth Grant falling in round 2, probably pretty low. I've seen it happening in the Mel Kiper mocks and everything, but here's the thing with Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren could be your starting slot receiver. He could be your starting fullback. He could be your second tight end in 2 tight end formations. He could also snap the ball. He could also be a wildcat guy. He could also take handoffs and run the ball. So I think he kind of would be a starter, especially if he's getting more reps than almost anyone on our offense. That's crazy. Who's saying we're not running 12 personnel when in the last 3 years, Ben Johnson has ran more 12 personnel than any team in the NFL? But somehow people think we're not running 12 personnel this year? That is just silly to me. And they're great pick by Tampa Bay there. Exactly where I was in tune with. If I was a Tampa Bay GM, this is where I would go. Jahad Campbell to the Bucks. But yeah, that's crazy, guys. We've literally ran 12 personnel more than any team in the NFL. This is just, okay, now you're getting silly. How is running 12 personnel taking the ball out of Caleb Williams' hands? Did the Lions take the ball out of Jared Goff's hands last year? He threw for over 4,000 yards, and they led the league in. Listen, guys, let me tell you a couple things about the Lions offense the last 3 years. Last year, they scored the 4th most points in the last 75 years, and they ran 12 personnel more than any team in the league. We're going to run 12 personnel. That's just the thing. A second tight end there is no primary formation. There isn't a primary formation. See, that's where we're getting twisted here. There is no primary formation with Ben Johnson. We're going to have a different formation every time we're on the field. And that's where a player like Tyler Warren, when you're in 12 formation, he's your second tight end. If you're in an I formation, he's your fullback. You go to 3 wide receivers, he's your slot receiver. That's what Tyler Warren is. I think people are completely misunderstanding this. He's not just on the field in 12 personnel. He's on the field in everything. In fact, you can even go to 3 wide receivers, move Tyler Warren out to your X wide receiver, put DJ Moore or Rome Odunze in the slot, and then put the other one out wide across from him. So this is, look, I'm not trying to get on a Tyler Warren hype train or anything, but anytime I see narratives, you guys, it's like a pet peeve of mine. I can't read something that's just incorrect and then not try to correct it and try to explain why. But yes, we are going to run 12 formation, probably more than any team in the NFL. That doesn't mean, though, this is what people get twisted. That doesn't mean we need a receiving tight end, number 2, though. Think about this, because here's what Detroit did last year, right? Detroit ran the most 12 personnel in the league, but they didn't throw to that second tight end ever. But here's another reason where don't get it twisted the opposite way either. That's because their second tight end was not a good receiver. He was a blocker. So when you're in that situation, Ben Johnson, he gets the most out of his players' talent. So if we end up drafting another really good tight end, we're going to use him all over the field, and Ben Johnson's going to get the most out of him. I think that's something that's just exciting right now as a Bears fan. We actually have a coach that's going to put these players in position to succeed. Remember what Luke Getsy did? Luke Getsy had Justin Fields at quarterback, and he tried to turn Justin Fields into Aaron Rodgers. There goes Shedeur. There it is, guys. And that's why Pittsburgh didn't have to trade up with me. I called it, though. Maybe I shouldn't have said it out loud. But there's no teams between 11 and 20 that are going to take a quarterback. I just don't see it. Let's go through the teams if you look, right? Now, Cleveland wasn't here. 11 is the 49ers. They're not taking a quarterback. 12 is the Cowboys. They're not taking a quarterback. 13 is the Dolphins. They're not taking a quarterback. 14 is the Colts. This is the only one that some people think might take a quarterback. I don't think they do. I think they have too much invested in Anthony Richardson right now, and he has too much talent to give up on him. And then you have the Falcons, who already have Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix Jr. Arizona has its Kyler Murray. Cincinnati has Joe Burrow. Seattle just paid Sam Darnold. The Bucks have Baker Mayfield. And the Broncos have Bo Nix. So the Steelers are kind of in a position where I know people are talking about it, where if Shedeur Sanders falls to 10, we should trade down with the Steelers. But when you look, why would they do it? First off, the Steelers don't have a second-round pick this year. So you're going to be looking for picks next year. They would have to give up a first. And if they have a chance of just setting right where they are and Shedeur somehow falling to them, I know Shedeur and Dion would be pissed, but this is a situation I could see happening. The biggest wrench that's been thrown in this right now is the thing that happened with Derek Carr today. If Derek Carr misses the whole season, the Saints are probably going to take Shedeur Sanders. So his chance of sliding might have went down a little bit. But I do love this next pick, guys. This one's perfect. The Chargers, Jim Harbaugh gets his guy from Michigan, Colston Loveland. I would actually just like this. I like things like this in the NFL. When you get a coach who was at Michigan and then he drafts a player he had at Michigan into the NFL, I would like to see that. That's actually something I'm rooting for. I'd like to see Colston Loveland go to the Chargers. That's something that, hey, if that happens, I'm going to clap and I'm going to be like, great pick. I like it. Good stuff, Jim Harbaugh. Let's see what the Packers take here, though. There's too many good players on the board now. Don't take James Pierce Jr. This is where we know the Packers don't usually. Do you guys think the Packers have a chance taking a wide receiver first round this year? They could use one, but hey, what's up, Jeffrey? Good to see you, my man. They could use one, but they never draft. They never draft wide receivers first round. So to me, I think they probably would draft D-line here, and then they'd come back in round 2 and get a wide receiver. This is where I'm going to be able to tell you what the Packers are doing here. If they draft either James Pierce Jr. or Derek Harmon, I'm going to have to give that GM 2 thumbs up. If they draft a wide receiver like a Emeka Egbuka or something here, I'm going to be like, nope, you're not it. Sorry, but I got to be real. Let's see what's up. Oh! Hey, defensive tackle, though. Defensive tackle, not offensive tackle. Can I change that? I tried to change it. I'm read only. I can't change it. Oh, let me tell him. Derek, that's a great pick, though. I admitted it before they said it. Derek Harmon, good pick. I would hate it if Derek Harmon fell to the Packers. I would actually hate this. I would hate it. He's probably right around the 18th to 20th player on my big board. 18th to 20. Yeah, someone could definitely jump the Steelers and do it, but the issue is, where are they going to do it at? I mean, and that's the thing. The Browns did trade up in this mock. The Browns were there. They could have taken Shedeur, and instead they went with Armand Mimbu. The Browns passed on Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders. So, just a tough one. Josh Simmons goes to the Saints down at pick 24. This is where I could see him going. Right in the mid-20s. I think that's pretty perfect for where Josh Simmons is going to go. I think it's a good spot for him. Yeah, people were saying top 10 pick without the injury. Oh, they traded back up. So what do the Saints have so far? Saints landed Tyler Warren and Josh Simmons. I I got to see what they gave up to get back in the first. Oh, wow. No, he gave up too many picks. Ooh, I'm not giving up all my picks. He gave up pick 40, pick 93, pick 112, and pick 248. Dang. So that's pretty much the Saints draft now. That's pretty much the Saints draft. They got Josh Simmons, they got a left tackle, and they got Tyler Warren. 2 really good picks, though. Jets are up at 25. There's some guys on the board. Donovan Izaraku is still there. James Pierce Jr. I think Mike Green still there? Mike Green's still on the board too. Lions offense was great because they could run the ball. Great point, Nathan. Tell him, man. You got to tell him. I don't think people realize that this is when people think that handing the ball off to a running back takes the ball out of Caleb's hands. I get it, but it also takes pressure off of Caleb. And one of the things that we missed this last season was that threat of a run game, especially in an RPO. When Caleb hands the ball off, does at least a mesh point or a play fake or a play action, any of those things, you want the defensive ends to stop in their tracks and make sure you don't hand the ball off to that running back, because we need a running back that makes them pay if they're trying to kill the quarterback. Hard to believe. Yeah, it is kind of Mike Green being down here. I thought maybe I missed him, but no, yeah, Mike Green has fallen a bit. Mike Green's definitely fallen. I could see no way he gets past Washington at 29. No way, but Mike Green just went. Mike Green just went. I think they just took Mike Green. The Jets did. Did I miss it? Where's it at? No, wait, maybe not. Josh Simmons. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Mike Green. No, they took Mike Green. Yep, I was going to say, because someone was talking about Mike Green. They're asking, a lot of people were saying they had Mike Green completely off of their board. So that makes sense. That's why he fell. It sounds like there's multiple people in this draft that did not have Mike Green on their draft board at all. Good pick by the Jets, though. If you can get Mike Green at pick 25, that's a steal right there. Looks like the Rams pick is in quick, too. Luther Burden. There goes Luther to the Rams. Ooh. Hey, what's up, Buck? Good to see you, my man. Ben Johnson definitely could have been blowing smoke with Tyler Warren. But I also believe Ben Johnson loves tight ends. And he could do some stuff like that. He's so creative as an offensive coordinator that if we ended up in a situation where, like, say all the other blue chip players are gone, right? And the only blue chip player that's still on the board at 10 is Tyler Warren. Do you take another position, a player you have ranked lower, just because they're at a different position? Or do you think, I can't do it because this is a blue chip player? And I think in that situation, the Bears take the blue chip player. We put ourselves in the situation. Why do everything we did in the offseason to put ourselves in a position to draft the best player available? And then you get in a situation where you're like, oh, well, I don't want that best player available. Like, doesn't make sense. So I think you take best player available no matter what. And Tyler Warren could be that player. I'm hoping it's someone like Ashton Genty or Jalen Walker or Mason Graham. Or we could trade down and get a Kenneth Grant. There's all kinds of options here. But I do think it's going to be hard to trade down. Just like me in this draft. I tried to trade down. I sent 5 or 6 posts on here that said, guys, I'm trying to move out of this pick 10. Who wants it? Who wants it? Last year, I think, the last 2 years, I've gotten at least 3 offers. Now, 2 of them were terrible offers, and I was like, no thanks. No thanks. And then the other one I worked out and ended up doing it. But I didn't get a single offer this year. No one even said, what would it take? No one even asked me what it would take to move up. So that's tough. That's why we reached for Jenny. Nobody wanted to trade up. So, yeah, I mean, I would have traded down. I was all in favor of trading down there, but nobody made the offer, guys. So it wasn't it. And we took Ashton Jeanty. For anyone that's late, Ashton Jeanty is a Chicago Bear. We'll go back down through it a little bit. Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, Cam Ward, Mason Graham, Will Campbell. And then we had the first surprise, really, was Jahdae Barron. But he is a really good player. So if Jahdae Barron goes in the top 10 this year, remember. Also, Kelvin Banks. Kelvin Banks is the guy I think probably won't go. I don't. Normally the prospect list is here. It looks like maybe he didn't update it this year. I don't know. Maybe he'll have it added by tomorrow. But I'm just going off my head. What I'll probably do tomorrow, heading into round 2, what I'll do is since round 1 will be over, we'll be at 32 picks. I'll just open up an ESPN mock draft simulator and I'll manually select all 32 of these picks. And then that way, so when we get on the board tomorrow, all the players that are available will be right there and we could talk about it. But I think they're going to be in my head. I could probably figure it out because I already have a short list of 3 to 5 guys that I want. And then if those guys are gone, then I have a list of about 20 guys. So, I mean, it really just comes down to who's up. But if you guys want to see the live draft board, I do have that pinned in it's in the description of the video. It's just a Google spreadsheet that they're updating live. There went Donovan Izaraku to the Ravens, looking for some pass rush help here. Not a bad pick. Donovan Izaraku, one of the better pass rushers in this class. Going to pick 27 to the Ravens. Devin Hester wanted a playmaker, pick 10. Oh, top 5 right now. I'd have to put Tyler Booker up there. I think Tyler Booker's slept on. I think Josh Connerly's up there. Nick Scoreton's up there. Walter Nolan's probably up there. James Pierce Jr. is probably my number 1. I think if James Pierce Jr. is there in round 2, he's an absolute home run. Looks like a couple guys. I asked the question. 85%? Yeah, I should end that. Donovan Jackson's an option. Tyleik Williams is an option. I already got the running back. Mason Taylor would maybe be an option. I'd say Josh Connerly would definitely be a look, though. Depending on how the rest of this falls. If Connerly's still there, I'd definitely be looking at Connerly. All the running backs are off my list. Obviously, I got Ashton Jeanty, so you guys don't have to worry about me taking another running back. Lions are on the clock here. This is my nightmare, actually. This is the board falling like this, and the Lions taking James Pierce Jr. is my nightmare. It looks too expensive to trade up right now. It's looking... Let me see if anybody else said they're willing to trade down. Commanders are willing to trade down. Should I call the Commanders? Nah, it's not worth it. Going from 39 to 29, I'd have to give up too much. Oh, they did it. No. Oh, why? Oh. This is my nightmare. No. This is legit my nightmare. Oh, I do not want this to happen in the real draft, guys. Seriously, this is my nightmare. This is my nightmare. No, I gotta yell at him. No. I hate it. No. This is guys, listen, I'm just saying. I feel this is my nightmare for the real draft, though. I feel like this is something that is very possible because everybody has James Pierce falling, right? And people are like, oh, he's going to fall to round 2. And I'm like, no, he's not. I think listen, even if the Lions didn't take him, the Chiefs or Eagles would. But I just do not want him going to Detroit. I do not want James Pierce Jr. on the other side of Aiden Hutchinson with Aleem McNeil in the middle. Please, no. I do not want that. That's my absolute nightmare. That's my nightmare. It's my nightmare, guys. I'm just telling you now, if this happens on draft day, no matter who we get at 10, I'm going to end up pissed off at the end of the night because the Lions got James Pierce Jr. That's how my night will go. No matter what else happens, I'm going to be mad because the Lions got my favorite edge rusher in the class. I'm fine if they can get Donovan Izaraku. Like, let them take Donovan Izaraku. I'm fine with it. But man, I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm agreeing with that. Pierce is a stud. He's a stud. He says it only happened because you picked Ashton. Listen, man. I knew I was going to get a bunch of Ashton hate. I honestly didn't expect that. I did not expect Ashton to be there. I thought there was zero. I thought the Raiders were taking him. I thought multiple other teams would. I actually thought the Dolphins traded up to take him. I was like, oh, wow. But no, there it is. Ashton Jeanty, he's a Chicago Bear. In this mock, guys, he's a Chicago Bear. I hate to see it. Now, I did draft Caleb Williams last year and Karan Amagaji too. So just remember that. But I do love Ashton Jeanty. But I do think the likelihood of him falling to 10 is probably 25% or less. It's not great. But is there a chance? Yes, definitely. Oh, I should have called Washington. You guys were right. Washington did it. He's not falling. Josh Connerly, the tackle, is gone. Off the board, baby. That's a good point there. But I do not want them getting James Pierce. I think James Pierce Jr. is a top 10 talent. Honestly, if all the blue chip players are off the board, if they all go, for me, the 2 players I would want to take at that spot, I know a lot of people would want Armand Mimbu, or maybe you take a left tackle, Josh Simmons or Kelvin Banks, and reach a little bit. But I would rather have Kenneth Grant or James Pierce Jr. I have both of those guys right there. Now, if you can get one of those guys in round 2, that's probably one of the best picks in my life. But yeah. And I also love Jalen Walker. So yeah. I know, Howie, man, you did. Connerly, it just would have cost too much. I think Washington was willing to trade down. I asked them if they would take a 3rd rounder next year. They said no. 3rd rounder next year was declined. So I did put a feeler out to see how they felt about it, but instant deny. Nobody wants picks next year. The problem is, here's the problem, guys, because we want the draft to be realistic. You can trade picks from next year, right? But once we get to next year, all the picks reset and we do the actual real picks in the draft. So most people don't want picks from next year because you're not actually going to get those picks. So it's really hard to trade picks in next year's draft. Obviously, it makes sense. And you're like, hey, look, if I can trade down and get a pick next year, it's cool. But these are real people. Most of them don't want to pick up a pick that they're not drafting. Bro, you've been obsessed with centers every year, Buck. You were obsessed with John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt and then Joe Tippmann. Did you like I think you liked Jackson Powers Johnson a lot last year too. You just weren't around as much because you had the baby. But you've always been a center guy. So how you feeling about Drew Dalman then? We don't need a center anymore, baby. We got Drew Dalman. Although, sneaky here, guys. I think the second best pure center in this draft is Jonah Monheim. And if Jonah Monheim's a guy we can get late, if you can get Caleb's former teammate and have him come in and be your backup center and developmental guy, if you can do that in round 5, I'd love it, man. I'd love it. Wait, Colston. I'm not. Who's Colston? Colston Loveland? Why am I not knowing? I'm not thinking of a Colston as a defensive end. Maybe Scorton? You're thinking Scorton? I love Princely. Princely's a favorite of mine. Oh, the tight end? Well, he's already gone in this. And I don't think there's any way he falls in the real draft either. I think if he gets to this spot, if he gets to pick 22, the Chargers are taking him. And I'm just not a fan. To me, I'm not a fan of Colston Loveland. I think he's going to go too high. And to me, he's just a really good receiving tight end. And that's not a chess piece on offense. That's not a weapon. He's just a really good receiver. And we've seen tight ends like that fail a lot in the NFL. Look at Kyle Pitts. Because when you get to the NFL, those big tight ends, what they do is they turn you into slot receivers, right? And it's tough. Some of those guys are really good. And you can be really good in the slot. But the problem is, slot receivers in the NFL, it's a little bit different skill set, right? Most of them are little shifty guys. You got guys like Cooper Kupp and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Those are the best slot receivers in the NFL, little shifty guys. So you got these tight ends like Colston Loveland, and he's not a good blocker. So you're not going to have him out there. He's not going to be like out there blocking defensive ends and being a pure tight end. He's going to be more of a receiving weapon and not really a blocker. So then how does his receiving translate to the NFL? It's tough, man. That's a name right there, Keith. I don't even want to say it out loud, but that's another one to watch for round 2. I'd love Kenneth Grant, but obviously he's gone. So I do like McLaughlin, the center. He wouldn't be bad either. That's another guy. I think also the Boston College center, Drew Kendall, or is it Kendall Drew? I don't know. He has 2 first names, but he's a guy who, if he's there in round 5 as well, I think this year, even though we finally addressed the center position, I think it'd be a good year to also grab a backup center and a developmental guy as well, because then that guy can learn behind Drew Dalman. And if Dalman gets hurt, hey, at least we got another guy. So that'd be something to watch out for as well. Yeah, same. Yeah, Howie, great point there. Who we have up? But Bills? Only 3 picks left, guys. Oh, someone's sending the Bills a trade offer. The Broncos are trying to trade up. Where are the Broncos at? They're all the way down at 51? What are you trying to give up, Broncos? What are they trying to give up? Oh, man. Oh, see, Jared Wilson's... I like Jared Wilson, guys. But see, I think Jared Wilson... replace... I'll say that I don't like Jared Wilson at guard. I like Jared Wilson at center, but I think he would be an average guard, not a great guard. So, hey, Cliff made a good point. Look, running backs off the board now, guys. Oh, my goodness. You know what? He is. He is. No one's taking Hampton. Maybe these guys hate running backs. Dang, if I could have landed Hampton in round 2, I'll tell you what, guys. If there's a chance, and I don't think there is at all, but if there's a chance where we could take Jalen Walker in round 1 and come away with Omarion Hampton in round 2, but no chance. If we get to round 2, one of these teams will take him. Cleveland could take him. Tennessee could take him. Jacksonville could take him. The Raiders definitely would take him. Patriots, they got Ramondre Stevenson, but they could still take him. Bears, not taking him because we have Ashton Genty. But in the real draft, if we didn't go Genty in the first round, great name there, Juan. I love Jonah, the big offensive lineman. We actually just brought him in for a top 30 visit as well. So that's something to keep an eye on here. Oh, we did have a trade. It wasn't the Broncos. They were talking with multiple teams. The Giants are on the clock. Let's scroll up and look who the Giants got. Let's try to remember back. So the Giants started the draft off. They landed Cam Ward. They got their quarterback already. Nick Emmanwori is on the board. Let's not say his name anymore, though. Let's keep him quiet, and let's watch for him for tomorrow. Emmanwori is on our board, boys. Any spies out there watching, he's not on my board. I was just kidding. The Giants are taking Walter Nolan. What a move. That's a good trade up. I can't hate on it. They're putting him next to Dexter Lawrence, too. You can't hate on that. That's just a good move. He's a good player. You're going to have Walter Nolan inside next to Dexter Lawrence. Whoo, boys. That's not bad. 2 picks left, guys. Chiefs and Eagles are up. And then we're backing up for day 2. No way. Whoa. That's a bit early. Man. Over Emeka Egbuka? That's the first head scratcher. I started scratching my head without even thinking that I'm scratching my head, but that's a head scratcher there. I think Savion Williams is a good player. Pick 31 is a little rich. That's a little rich. They'd have to really like the fit. Yeah, it's a little... I don't know. That was, in my opinion, a full... Yeah, when we look at this after the draft, I'm going to look at this. Out of all the players we have going in the first round right now, I'd say we're on pace, or we could be dead on. Like every one of these players could go in the first round. Walter Nolan, Josh Connerly, James Pierce, Izaraku, Burden, Mike Green, Josh Simmons. Like every pick has been solid so far. Oh, Egbuka did go. Okay, I thought they took him over Egbuka. At least Egbuka's gone. I thought they took him over him. Matthew Golden's gone. But when I get to Savion Williams, I don't see him going in the first round. I don't see it. I don't see that one happening. He could go mid to maybe early second round, maybe a little bit higher than people think, but I think that's a bit too rich for him, in my opinion. Maybe he surprises us, but I will say, I said the same thing. Look, last year when Michael Penix went top 10, I was scratching my head. But hey, some of these guys, that's why I like this mock, though. A lot of these guys, they really know ball. And a lot of these guys, they pick really good players. So keep an eye on Savion Williams. Let's see where he goes on draft day. And final pick coming up, boys. Eagles on the clock. We're almost out. I'll go back through it real quick. Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, Cam Ward, Mason Graham, Will Campbell, Jahdae Barron, Kelvin Banks, Will Johnson, Tyler Warren went before us, and we landed Ashton Genty at pick 10. It came down to Ashton Genty or Jalen Walker. Chat was overly in favor of Ashton Genty. I like both, though. I would have been happy with either pick there. Both blue chip players that fell. Final pick of the first round, guys. I'll probably go live for day 2 tomorrow, but probably only the first 2 picks, unless I go back live again for the round 3 pick. Uh-oh, is it in? I think it's over. The pick is in. Who is it going to be? I got to figure out who's on my board now, because we are now 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have the 7th pick in round 2. Ooh, only 6 players above us. So basically, I find 7 or 8 players I really love. I probably would have traded back, Buck. He says if Genty was there at 10, but someone offered a decent trade back, if I could have got a 2nd round pick, I definitely would have traded back. There's just too much talent in the 2nd round of this draft. If someone offers that, I'm moving back. Unfortunately, I didn't get any offers. If someone would have offered me a 3rd, I would have thought about it. I can't guarantee I would have taken it, but I might have. Which I probably would have just taken Genty over the 3rd, though. But if I could have got a 2nd, it would have been up. It would have been up. Let's see. Final pick. It's cornerback Trey Amos out of Ole Miss. Trey Amos. He's going to join Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. That makes a really killer secondary in Philadelphia. I actually wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like it. But that is it for round 1 of the 2025 Legacy Mock, guys. I ended up with Ashton Genty. Didn't trade any of my picks, so we still have all of our picks heading into round 2 and a ton of players still on the board. I'll come back in the morning. This is live at noon is when we kick off round 2. I'm going to be 6 picks away from pick 39 with pick 41 following up right after that. I might try to move back from pick 41 if I can get an offer, but this is going to be fun, guys. Round 1 in the books. Heading into round 2 tomorrow. I appreciate everybody who watched. Let me know what you guys thought. This is fun. I will say these are usually more accurate, at least with the players that go in the first round, than any mock simulator you'll see. The Raiders took Jahdae Barron, the cornerback out of Texas. Great draft. I thought it was fun, guys. Be back for round 2 tomorrow. No, tomorrow's shorter. So round 2 or day 2 is 3 minutes per pick, just 3 minutes. And then day 3, I believe, is 2 minutes on the final day. There's no trades on the final day, though. You're not allowed to trade in, or you can't trade in round 6 and 7. Once we get to round 6, I think the trades cut off, so people aren't doing a bunch of crazy stuff at the end. But yeah, basically, quick 3 minutes per pick tomorrow. Round 2 coming up then. I'll be back. Appreciate all you guys. I'm out of here. Bear down and check out my recent videos.